and welcome back to the Bowls Show, all thanks to Bowls Australia and powered by Tripper-Deal. Roll into your next bucket list holiday today with Tripper-Deal. We're 4 episodes in, the high-stakes bowling action continues and the big moments get bigger. As always, I'm joined by Bowls Australia's main man, Val Febbo. And Val, if you were a betting man, what do you reckon the chances of seeing yet another tiebreaker in the BPL 22 competition would be on today's episode?
Good afternoon, Jordan. Good evening. All in. All in. This shoe. That's what I'm putting on. That's what's happening, and I reckon we're going to a tiebreak, 100%.
All right. Well, last week we did see our third straight tiebreaker match on the finals night of BPL 22 competition. Will we get a fourth one today? With today's blockbuster do-or-die matchup between the Sydney Lions and the Perth Suns, who would be desperate to avoid a straight sets exit from the finals. After dominating the round-robin fixtures throughout the week, we will find out shortly. Of course, we wouldn't be here without Aero Bowls, advanced engineering delivering unmatched line consistency, so be sure to visit Aero Bowls and get your hands on those premium bowls. As we always do, let's open with some news from across the bowls world, and this is all thanks to OMF. Better sleep, better performance, every match, every day. And the finalists for the 2026 Bowls Awards night have been announced as the prestigious night heads to the Star on the Gold Coast, hosted on the middle weekend of the Australian Open. Who stands out among the nominees this year, Val?
All of them, just to sit on the fence, Jordan. It's an incredible night, the first in-person awards night since 2022 at the Star on June 13. Really looking forward to this. You know who we've got emceeing?
Who?
Peter Rosethorn.
Peter Rosethorn.
Kath and Kim. Bretty. From Kath and Kim. Very much looking forward to that. Lindsay Clark as well is going to be joining him. But look, we've got some of the best talent in terms of youth, in terms of para, in terms of officials and people that volunteer. Club of the year, big club of the year, small club of the year. It's going to be an amazing night. So looking forward to it. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure that you go and do so. You can go to bowls.com.au for all of the details that you need there. And we're, of course, promoting it on social media as well. But it's going to be awesome, Jordan. You should come.
I should.
Yeah.
Should be a great night at the Star. And Peter Rosethorn, great Australian star of stage and screen. Will be great to see him MC. All right, let's move on to Have You Heard? All thanks to Audica. Be hearing healthy with Audica. Val, what have you got for us?
Com Games. I can't stress it enough.
Yep.
It's coming. It's close.
It's huge.
We are so close to this mammoth event for the sport of bowls. Late July, that's when it all kicks off. I think I'm flying out sort of a couple of weeks before August kicks off. And it's going to be amazing. Different formats, different everything in terms of what we've seen at the Com Games before. It's going to be short, sharp, cutthroat. But the SEC in Scotland is where it's all going to be happening. And yeah, we can't wait to be over there. So July 23 is when the opening ceremony is, and from there on, 10 days of full-on bowls action. Teams starting to get announced. It's really getting us in the mood for Com Games, and 4 years ago was so successful for the Jackaroos, topping the medal tally. Can they do it again? We need everyone in Australia behind them.
Yeah, Glasgow won't know what hit it when Val Febbo and the Jackaroos roll into town, so cannot wait for that. Let's get stuck into...
We'll see, Jordan, we'll see.
Let's get stuck into today's feature match on the Bowl Show, the preliminary final of the BPL 22 competition. Val, take us through who will line up for both the Sydney Lions and the Perth Suns.
It feels weird not having done a Sydney Lions episode last week because they're featured in pretty much every single show so far this season, and we've got Karen Murphy, Nathan Black, whose heroics we have well documented so far this season with Kane Nelson and Steve Glasson as coach, and Perth still in search of that first finals victory, Jordan. Christina Van Nierop has been unbelievable as the skip in the opening sets. Carl Healy, Ben Leggett on debut, and then you got Bill Brandsma as coach. So this one is going to be huge.
All right, our coverage of the preliminary final at the
Sounds simple.
Well, yes, here I am saying it from a team that's done very poorly at winning their own power plays. Unfortunately, not a strength of the Tridents.
I'll be the judge of that.
See, I like throwing these things at you, Clive, so you get a chance to give us a good stat.
Yeah, you're 11th in the comp for winning your own power play.
Well...
Sorry, Beck.
Yeah. No, we had been studying up and said there's some areas we need to work on, power plays, one of those.
Yeah, tie breaks. Got that on the list.
Tie breaks is one. We've actually been talking about like what our training and preparation now looks like for Moama, and
What do you do to be better at tie breaks, though?
well, we've been talking about that, and I'm curious, and please, anybody that wants to reach out to me on social media, if you've got some thoughts on how to work on this, but one theory that we are going to try and work on, we've got a BPL squad back in Tassie, and we're going to set up some practice days against them. We're going to have one-end shootouts, so we're going to go from rink 1 to rink 2 to rink 3, and so it is just a one-end shootout of a triples actual, like replicating a tie break. And the second time we do it, we're actually going to put the pressure on us, and we're going to live stream it for people to watch. So we're trying to find ways to simulate the pressure of it, because, you know, you go out there and you have a roll and you just have a game, a one-end shootout or something like that, it probably doesn't replicate the pressure. If we've got the general public watching us, and we know that we've been slammed a little bit by the general public on social media this week, so that will help us probably replicate some of that pressure and some ideas we've got floating around to actually prepare for it.
I like it.
I hope the other teams haven't listened in, though, Clive. I don't want them stealing our tactics, but we're going to see if it works for us. It's worth a try.
The Aero Bowls Harbour Bridge trajectory. Get on board with Aero Bowls.
You always give them that away when you've got the opportunity in a tie break. Is the value in keeping and having first bowl?
I think if the sway of the set or something's happened through the game where you've really dominated your opposition on a length and it's really worked for you, I don't see any harm in keeping it and actually trying to dominate them on it.
All right. Christina just passing on the outside there. This is a Suns power play. Nathan Black has been the magician tonight. We've got a few magicians in the house. But Nathan Black has been the one casting his spells.
Gaz calling for it to keep on moving. Does it have the juice? Still one.
Well, Christina needs movement of some sort here. She can move the bowl off the front of the jack, or she can get the bowl straight onto the jack. There are rewards for the Suns.
Really important must-win end for the Suns here on their power play.
Chasing up here, no result. That's a tough shot to get on that backhand side. It looks like a backhand shot.
Yeah.
Tough shot to get the line right.
I think it probably depends here a little bit of what Nathan Black does. He's trying to get to the tee because at the moment the Suns do have the backers bowl.
I think it's one of these things on the show rink. It looks like a backhand shot. I think to get this shot needs to be forehand.
I agree. There's a bit of a gap there. Any edge of that bowl, it's going clean. If she can kill it, Suns still have the tee. So I think it is worth just hit it. Doesn't matter which side, just hit it.
So it's backhand again. Just feel like this line's going to be hard to find. I think there's
Not happy with it.
That's the issue with playing it that way. It's going to be one to the Lions.
Yeah, I agree, Clive. I think on the forehand it was actually a bigger target as well because you get the full angle of the bowl and any contact on that was beneficial.
Increases the margin to 5 shots to 3 for Sydney, and they have their power play in the bank as well for this fifth end.
You have to take into consideration where that seam is on this show rink, and it's very hard to get a shot where you're just required to just get across the seam to get it. Whereas if you're coming back to it, you've got more chance. It just has to be considered with this rink setup.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've done a really good job of flattening the seam. I think it has been rolled a bit, but there's no doubt that it still plays a part and the bowl is impacted by it. But the thing is, we know that. We know that it is impacted by it. So we have to call our tactics and play to navigating that. You know, it's no different to if you're on an outdoor green and you're navigating the wind or you're navigating a patch.
Right there.
There's a patch in the grass or something like that. No different. Sometimes, yeah, you have to play the rink to your advantage.
Well, first sets have been the key for the Suns. It's looking as if they're going to have to buck that trend to play in the grand final, although 2 shots is not beyond the realm of possibility for a drawn set. But it is going to mean that they're going to need a big second set.
Yeah, there's certainly still chances here, and we've seen big scores happen this game. We've seen 3s scored, so it's certainly not out of the realms of possibility. Really important that Cole gets this one up. He can draw the shot. Really important to be past the jack here to give Christina something to work with. I think Kaz has really been dominating that first bowl and that first bowl efficiency, leading by example, because that's something that we harp on really heavily about with the Jackaroos.
Great correction from Carl Healy. Sits on a knife edge, but sits with shot. The ball threatened to fall out. And the Suns find their way into their first grand final, or will it be the Lions going for yet another BPL title? Aaron Murphy just short of it.
With whatever happens here this game, Clive, is this the Suns' best performance of all time?
Well, they've never finished top 2 before now.
Okay.
So, yes, it is.
So whatever happens, still a very successful campaign for the Suns.
Yeah, without a doubt. Great shot here from Carl.
And the same goes for the Lions with their new lineup. First time that these 3 have played together. I think it'll still be deemed a success and a great outing, no matter what happens in this game.
Well, perfection from Carl Healy. Just got to the jack. Look, it's 1 and a look at the moment. Emma getting in there to have a look for us, and tells us nothing.
Well, whatever happens, Carl has done his job and has given options and opportunities there for Christina on the crossover, which was really important, and there's still chances here for a 2 or a 3.
Well, that second shot at the moment is important. Nathan Black just dropping onto the front.
Yeah, hubby. Under there.
I wonder whether Carl feels that they do have 2. He's calling Christina round the back. If they don't have 2, you'd think they'd be trying to add another here.
It could be just to give them options early, though. If she gets one past and behind now, if Nathan happens to get the shot, it gives Christina a couple of options to play to still try and make that 2. Sometimes you're just better off doing it with your last. Keep everyone in suspense till then.
Yes. This time for Nathan Black. Outside the target.
So it is 2 from the marker.
Yeah, well, Carl clearly believes it's 2. He's not having Christina go anywhere near this, which is interesting because, I mean, 2 only squares the set.
It is. I don't mind this tactic, though. Get a couple past. If Blackie gets it, then gives Christina an option to still make 2 or 3. If he misses, she tries to draw for 3 with the last.
I mean, is a tied set really the same as in the finals format, taking away net set points? It gives you the chance for straight sets.
Yeah, it's an early tiebreak, isn't it?
Nathan Black. Doesn't like it.
Well,
now you got your chance. Free kick.
Well, here's the moment.
The issue is now to draw another one without touching the jack, because
It is risky.
if you touch the jack, you could lose the set. Chrissy taking her time. I believe they'll have locked in a timeout. The shot clock gets down to virtually nothing. There was a timeout called. Can Christina gently draw another or land on the Perth second shot?
She's not looking really confident watching it go down.
It's very pacey. Well, she's moved the jack. Only going to be one.
Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to Tripperdeal. Roll into your next bucket list holiday today with Tripperdeal. We're here at Club Pine Rivers in Brisbane for the preliminary final at the BPL 22 competition. Let's crack into the action.
And Clive, it is Halloween tonight, and I have to say that I have been getting photos of my little girl who is nearly 7, who's been doing a bit of trick-or-treating tonight and looked absolutely beautiful. So a shout out to my little girl Lexi at home, who may or may not be listening in, because I'm not sure that she's actually watched any of Mummy's Bowls all week and actually doesn't really care about it, but maybe on the off chance she's listening tonight.
7 years old already.
I know. It's gone
go?
so fast. She has been to a few of these BPLs here at Pine Rivers back when I was playing for the Adelaide Pioneers.
All right, Carl Healy needs to find the shot with this bowl. It's not far away. Needs it to run. Not going to have the journey. We're going for a measure for the shot. See if Ben completes the measure. Earlier on, he was halfway through and went no.
One for the Lions to kick us off in the seconds.
The most nervous man in the building at the moment will be Bill Brandsma, because he's going to have to fire the power play at some point for the Suns, and it feels like it's going to be a really big decision as to when to play it. It's a different Ben that's done the job on this end. It's Ben Leggett that's got a couple of bowls on the jack for the Suns, and no more important time than this end to have done so. Nathan Black turn it back the way of the Lions. Just going to drop under, I think. Oh, just.
Well, I think we see Ben has really capitalised on him having that one-end roll-up before Kane has entered the match. So whether just that one end of having 3 bowls down and just getting a little bit warmed up has helped him really sort of jump on. But, you know, Kane still put them in good areas, considering, you know, he's been sitting out for one full game before this, and then also those first 6 ends. So good for him to now jump on and loosen up.
So immediately Carl Healy's headed around at the back to just cover off the Sydney Lions bowls at the back, where Nathan Black was able to just get a little crack on the bowl. The jack would be sent straight into the clutches of those Lions bowls.
Yeah, really important cover shot there. Don't see Blackie short often when he's down, that's for sure. Always giving them a chance.
Going to go for cover again. It's always that balance between being aggressive and being defensive. They're choosing the defence style of game right now.
This is a good spot here from Carl. It's in a good area in the fact that it covers, but it's also the closest to the back tee too. So he's covered a couple of different areas there. So it does force Nathan Black to now have to play this conversion with the right sort of weight. You know, he's got his green bowls there just behind, but he can't afford to overplay it now.
Last chance to crack that egg. What a great angle for 3 or 4 possibly, if he can get there.
He's had 2 shots at it. This is his 3rd go at it. And he's dropping under again. Now, Carl Healy has the chance to add a 3rd. This will be on the forehand side and drop inside that last bowl of Nathan Black. Looks to be just running a little. Just going too fast to turn, I think. That's all it was.
Remains 2 for Perth. A solid end for them. They'll retake the lead after 2.
Well, there's no way the Suns were firing a power play then, but there had to be some level of temptation for Steve Glasson to do so. But no.
The weight, even on the draw shot, plays such a pivotal role in setting any of these heads up. On the draw, particularly on this rink in particular, if you just overplay it, it just doesn't quite get back quick enough to the jack or wherever you're trying to get into, and it does hang a little bit. So you do get punished a little bit more than we probably get punished for playing a shot over when we're on grass, for example.
And that's all that was with that Carl Healy bowl. He wasn't flying. He was maybe a foot over the weight that he needed for cold draw weight, as Kane Nelson strikes first on this end.
That's a pearl from Kane. And now, for that adjustment.
Well, Kane's had his one-end roll-up, and into it he is.
One thing I've noticed about Kane is if he nails it with one, he is pretty good with nailing it with 2 or 3.
I don't think I've ever known a player to spend so much time on their technique as Kane does. He just wants
to ask you that question.
He just wants it to be always so perfect, and if something doesn't feel quite right, he'll be out there for hours on end trying to perfect it till it feels absolutely perfect. I've actually said to him a couple of times, mate, just don't think about it too much. Just don't overthink it. Just get out there and just let it go.
It's great to have that feel, but you just got to make sure you don't get into your own head about that, haven't you?
It is a fine line, and I think that's something, as he matures and keeps developing, that will get better and more controlled, I think.
Just didn't quite drop under. So still a setup that Carl Healy won't be unhappy with.
Thanks to Watercup. Discover the benefits of expert hearing care tailored to your needs every step of the way. Official hearing partner of Bowls Australia.
The crowd's found a song that they like, and Carl Healy's impressed with some of the singing.
Loving the Eagle Rock, aren't they? Carl Healy wasn't sure about it. It's going to be short.
Bit of daddy cool.
Easy trap to fall into sometimes. You're just trying to be really perfect and draw to the jack and things like that, and just the girls are meeting someone in the crowd there. This was Voldemort, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Can't say I'm an expert in that topic, but yeah, I believe so.
It's a good piece of headwear. Looks like it has the gap. Does it have the juice? It sure does.
I'm interested to know if the Voldemort's the same person that was dressed up as a horse earlier on in the week.
That's a fair shout.
That is mixed fortunes, isn't it? Carl find his way back here, down onto this Sydney Lions bowl. He's very close. Carl Healy nailed it.
What a great shot there from Carl.
If ever was a time to step up and play a big shot, it's right now for the Perth Suns.
And put it in a pretty tricky spot there. It's going to be a little bit harder to get to for Nathan Black. Jutting out just a little bit there. There is still a shot on for Blackie there on his backhand, which he did play just before. Can't afford to be just arriving through. Any jack movement is going to the green Sydney Lions bowls.
Oh, here comes Nathan Black. Here comes Nathan Black.
What a great shot from Blackie.
Outstanding.
Lions Dan, a fan of that.
We saw just on the screen before, Ellen Fife and Aaron Wilson in the crowd. Well, we've just seen the two young boys try and replicate the chest pump that we saw the other night in the Australia versus the rest of the world. So Ellen and Disco have just turned around and done exactly the same thing in the crowd and showed them, hey, that's our move, not yours.
And Carl Healy find redemption. He's not far away. He's very close. And he's drawn the shot. Oh, it's fallen out.
Oh, what a great reply.
I'm not so sure. That's fallen out.
I think it might nearly be two.
Yeah, I think it might be the Lions. No, 2 seconds is that. Okay. Well, it looks like Nathan Black's going for the bowl, so looking to push the bowl out of there.
He's riding it, still looking at it. No.
He's got the jack all the way.
Great weight to follow through as well.
Well, he had two choices. It was jack or bowl that was going to work.
They gave it a chance and got the result. 2 apiece after 3 ends.
Pine Rivers in Brisbane for the preliminary final at the BPL 22 competition. Let's crack into the action.
Well, basically a two-end shootout now. Suns have their power play now. The Lions still have one in hand.
It's almost as if for the Suns to get this to a tie-break, they're going to have to win both ends, you would think. Given the fact we know the last end's going to be a Lions power play.
First one was right in the area for Kane. Exactly the same line. Going to draw right at that jack. Carl happy with it. That's a handy home.
Well, it's going to be even more handy if another bowl lands close to that jack, because it will just fill gaps. But I don't think Kane Nelson is interested in being anywhere near the jack with this. I think he's looking to get past.
Yeah, great shot. Great spot to be in.
Leggett's just going to be short with that one. So it falls to Carl Healy for the Perth Suns' fortunes here. It is their power play. You feel like they need at least 2. Basically, I think they've got to win the next 2 ends.
Yeah, totally agree. They've got to, as you said, win this set. Lions took the first, so 1 from it with the Sydney power play to come. That's a dangerous proposition.
It's not a bad setup on the crossover. There's still a fair bit of room there. Carl's on his preferred side. He is preferring the forehand coming in this direction. So Blackie will be really trying to look now to make it harder for him. And he's done a pretty good job at that.
Well, what he's done is he's put one just behind, which means now if Carl arrives on the jack, he's probably not going to have shot, because the jack will likely roll to Blackie's bowl. This needs to run for Carl Healy. It's not going to.
I don't know, Billy, it might be time to get that substitute sign back out. Get Christina back out on the rink.
Big call.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You've got your BPL campaign on the line. It's been one of the stars of the tournament, as has Nathan Black.
Nathan Black's been fantastic this tournament. We've seen glimpses of it tonight as well, but...
Carl's playing weight here on the backhand. Sorry, Beck.
He's certainly given it a chance. He's in the area.
To find a way through. Well, he's cleared the path. And there's 3 available at the back for the Suns. And I think Nathan Black will be heading around there to try and cut that off.
Yeah, Cole's finished in a pretty good spot there. I think if he'd cleared that bowl, he was right in the hunt for the jack.
So essentially at the back of the rink now, there are, because this is a Perth Suns power play, there's effectively at the back of the rink 5 Perth Suns bowls. Because there's 2 at the back plus the power play. So Nathan Black had to get past, and he has.
Happy if you want to get through, mate. Your chance is 3, you get the jack all the way.
Still going to play through it.
Well, still everything to play for. He moves the jack a metre, 4 feet. That still brings in 2, potentially 3 if he hangs around.
Suns hopes right on contact here. He's got one of them out, no movement on the jack. So that will be another 2. 3.
Gee whiz.
Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to Tripper Deal. Roll into your next bucket list holiday today with Tripper Deal. We're here at Club Pine Rivers in Brisbane for the preliminary final at the BPL 22 competition. Let's crack into the action.
Well, that might be the worst result the Perth Suns could have got.
Wow, that is very unlucky with that sort of weight as well. Like he played the weight that Carl called for there. He was pretty stiff to get that result.
So, Perth Suns do have an opportunity to kill up their sleeve, but you only get one chance to do that. So you've got to pick your moment. And they'll already be thinking about when is that opportunity. But at the moment, there's an opportunity for Ben to finish on the same side. He's not trying to draw the shot here. He's trying to get a bowl reasonably close to his first bowl.
Yeah, it's all about setting the head up now to try and get that 4 by the end of the end.
You've got to group something. Running potentially too far.
So Kane will be trying to get to those 2 orange bowls now and also get past and try and split what is a pack that's forming. And he's done it pretty well. Splitting those 2 is near enough to the perfect spot that he could be in right now.
I think this is just going to come down to Carl's going to have to choose to try and kill the end here, and he's going to have to hit it when he does. The issue will be at the moment, he hits the green bowl right on the money. I'm not sure the jack's going out. I think it might be hitting the other Lions bowl that's behind the jack. It may not kill.
Yeah, I think he's probably better with his first one, trying to give it a chance to get that trail. He's got a couple of bends there. Try and get the jack to it, because if you can actually move the jack off the seam, it'll probably be easier to kill if needed as well.
Fair.
Whereas the place that it's in at the moment, very hard to kill it off that line.
Nathan Black just looking again to get round amongst these 3 bowls.
That's perfect.
And he's done that. The Lions have covered everything off here. They'll have one attempt to try and trail this jack. See if he can get it into a place where the Suns do outnumber the Lions. Not far away, just on the outside.
Still watching it. Finished in still a good area, really good weight for that sort of shot.
Yeah,
So Nathan Black needs to drop a couple of feet and just drop in front of those Perth Suns bowls now. And that will just about snuff out any chance of a number back there. He's gone back to drawing it. I suppose they did need to do that. Both of those bowls will go.
Yeah, it's taken the trail away, but yeah, you're right, Clive. Both those bowlers can go with no movement of the jack.
Carl can get both of these. Nathan Black will have to draw it, and then he can try and sit him and stay for the 4. He's close. He's close. He's got them both. Hasn't gone far enough for 3.
Well, it's a good shot. It's opened it up. It's given him a chance to have a look at it. If he can't get a trail to the right spot, the kill's back on. He can see the jack now.
Look, if we've learned anything from tonight, anything is possible.
Yeah, we have, certainly. With Nathan Black at the helm. 1 and a measure, the call. Nice release to shape it.
Yeah, a drawing shot just past the jack is what he's looking for. Well, it looks like there is still a trail there to make 4. It almost has to be perfect, but when you're looking for 4, that's the way it works.
Well, he's sort of pointed to an area of the green that he's sort of looking at for it.
About 2 feet down the line, just getting the jack off centre, there is an offer of 4 shots. He will have called a timeout here, just as well, because he's had to go a mile to get his bowl. So the kill's out the window. He's trying to...
Well, I'm not sure, Clive, if he's actually trying to kill it and then get both greens on the follow through.
Okay. What's he got? He's got the jack. Did they nominate it? They didn't nominate any kill.
No, I think he was actually hoping to kill it, but yeah, as I said, get the green bowls on the follow through and remove them.
So that does it for the preliminary final. The Lions take it 2 in the end for the Suns. They'll fall 4 shots to 5. Sydney in straight sets through to the BPL 22 decider against the Moama Steamers.
We said earlier, it feels like the Lions' night.
Hoping for the Sydney Lions barnstorming finish to BPL 22 topples the valiant Perth Suns. And Val, the Lions just have all the weapons at their disposal, even when Nathan Black isn't at his absolute clutch best. They've still got others they can rely on. What are you doing there?
Well, I put this shoe on the fact that we'd go to a tie-break. So
you did too.
Unfortunately,
We've lost the shoe.
I've lost the shoe. Unfortunately, this is, yeah, it's sad, but you know, we'll put it back. Our great friends at Aero providing the goods here. But no, it was quite an incredible performance from the Sydney Lions. Devastation for the Perth Suns. Still haven't won a final. It's sort of like those Essendon type juggernauts or those Essendon type streaks where it just can't happen. So yeah, unfortunately for Perth, they have to bow out, but plenty more additions for them to try and rectify the situation in the future. But too good for Sydney. They've had an unbelievable night. Winning from outside the top 3 hasn't been done in this finals format. Can they do it against the Steamers next week? That is the big question.
Well, before we get there, though, let's listen into our winners' post-game interview with Lindsay Clark, all thanks to Tripperdeal.
Oh, man, it's laid down here, Kaz. Not quite as exciting as the first couple of games, but how stoked are you into your grand final?
Oh, the heart's a bit recovered now from that, the first 2. But can I just say, like, Perth's had such a great week here at BPL. Chrissy's been fantastic, and it's a real credit to WA for the way that they've played this week. It's been brilliant. So yeah, we're pretty happy. It's been a long night, and we've got 1 to go.
Yeah, look, credit to Perth. They were exceptional, but you guys were just, stepped it up in this finals night tonight, and really exciting to have another crack at the Steamers.
Yeah, another crack at the Steamers. Yeah, the old foes, I suppose. You know, but they're a quality team. I was really proud of Kane. He really played really well in that game. So we just got to bring it again. You know, we just keep the rolling on. So yeah.
Sounds like a good plan, mate. I'll let you go get ready. We'll see you back out here in a minute. Well done, Lions.
Thank you. Go Lions!
Karen Murphy there from the winning Sydney Lions team, and we had Nathan Black. Mightn't have been as clutch this week. She was able to pick up in lieu of him.
Yeah, look, Kaz is one of the greatest of all time, and for a good reason, because she can do things like that. You know, she's not playing at the level that she was in terms of, you know, internationals, but she still has an abundance of quality, and we only saw that recently when Brendan Favola sort of had a dig at Bowles in jest on his radio show, and Karen Murphy took umbrage with that and absolutely wiped him. So we know what Karen Murphy can do, and that's exactly what she did at the highest level at BPL.
All right, Val, who hit the jackpot? All thanks to Keno Go with our play of the day.
The manager, Karen. And look, she's just incredible. What she was able to do in that second set, she came on, she didn't miss a beat. It's so hard to come on cold, Jordan. So hard. When you haven't been playing, you've been sitting on the bench, and you come on and nail it straight away. You got to find your way to the conditions, and just amazing that she was able to do it so easily, and she's been doing it for years. So Karen Murphy, she hit the jackpot this week.
Excellent. Now the moment of the match, all thanks to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise. It's the moment of the match.
Karen Murphy again. She took a clean sweep this week, and for good reason, because there was her toucher at the start of end 4 of the opening set. The perfect start to a power play defence. Have a look at the way this comes in. She just did not miss a beat this whole evening. Not just this match, it was the night. So the way that she was able to just negotiate her way through this contest especially was remarkable. So Kaz, you take a clean sweep of the awards this week.
The Sydney Lions booked themselves a date in the BPL 22 final with the Moama Steamers. We are in for a blockbuster episode next week. Val cannot wait for the final.
Neither can I. It's going to be brilliant. Lions, Steamers. The rivalry is one of the biggest in Bowls Premier League history. They've made so many grand finals to play against each other. They're two of the most successful franchises of all time. So I cannot wait for this one.
Well, that's coming your way next week. That's all we have time for on the Bowl Show today. Make sure to check out the entire Aero Bowls range. Advanced engineering delivering unmatched line consistency right here. Val, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jordan. I need to get one of these Bowl Show sets of bowls. I think that's, I might have to hit up Walter and Chantal to help me out with that. But that's they look absolutely brilliant. So thank you to Aero for all their support.
Very nifty indeed.